Hey guys, it's Robyn, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I have got warm reviews of all 5 of the Destinations Collection summer bars. So these are this year's summer collection. It's called the Destinations Collection. I did cold sniffs of these a couple videos ago. You can go back on my channel and see. If you want exact scent notes and my initial thoughts on those bars, check out that video. This video, I'm going to be telling you where I warmed them and how they performed. I won't be going through the scent notes again in detail. So if you're looking for just that kind of basic stuff, that other video has it. This is going to be how they performed and how they smelled to me in my home. And again, this is going to be very subjective, depends on your space, your home, your scent preferences, and that sort of thing. But I will say overall, off the hop, my opinion on this collection did change after warming. I was really quite happy with all 5 scents on cold. My opinion's changed on warm, so I will get into it. Sometimes that happens. Other times you get a collection, you love it on cold, you love it on warm, it's all good. Other times you're not so sure about it on cold, but then you love it on warm. These ones I liked a lot, like really liked on cold, and on warm, most of them went down in my ranking a little bit. So we will see here. I'll share with you how I felt about each one. Quick heads up for my Canadian friends here. Canada Post has gone on strike. So what this means for Canadian customers is that if you are in a very remote or rural area, I'm thinking Northwest Territories, Yukon, Nunavut, that sort of thing, depending on where you live, if you live in like a major city in those areas, you're probably going to be okay. But if you have a post office box, no matter where you are, you're going to need to provide a different address because post offices are going to be shut down for we don't know how long, could be a minute. And then if you do live in a remote rural area and you are not serviced by couriers in your area, then you may have delays with your packages until the strike is resolved. For US customers, this will not affect you in any way. Your orders are shipped from the US and they will not be interrupted in any way. Even though I'm in Canada, your orders in the US will not be impacted by the Canada Post strike. But my Canadian friends, most of your orders will be fine. The exceptions are if you live in a very remote northern rural area with no courier service. The other thing that may be impacted possibly are some club orders to rural areas. I know for myself, I live in a not super remote, but pretty far north area. And we do have courier service here. But sometimes those club orders are delivered by Canada Post for the last stretch of the journey. And so for those orders, there may be delays, as well as consultant scent of the month kits. Those typically are delivered, at least in my area, depending on your area, those are typically delivered by Canada Post, and so scent of the month kits for consultants will likely experience delays until the strike is resolved. Again, if you are a Canadian customer living in a city, a large town, a well-populated area, and you're just placing orders through the website or even club orders, you're not going to experience any interruptions because Scentsy uses couriers and you're not going to have any problems with that. And US customers, again, no issues there. But the people who may experience delays, like I said, are the people who are in remote rural areas making Scentsy club orders specifically. Or if you live in a very remote area, especially in the far north that is not serviced by couriers, then all orders from Scentsy will be impacted for the duration of the strike. But yes, that is kind of just a quick little heads up before we jump in here because I think that is happening right quick here. Also, a quick heads up, we have a flash sale going on right now. It is a good one too. So head over there if you haven't already. Thank you so much to those of you who have placed orders already. I know it's fun seeing your orders come in and see what you guys chose because there's some good warmers in there right now. Golden Meadow's in there for half off. Happy Hair. There's a lot of really good warmers in there this time. So if you need good warmers, flash sale has got some good deals. Also some nice bar bundles as well as single bars. I did grab a few things in that sale myself and I'll show you those when they come in. All right, so here are summer warm reviews. The first one here is one of my favorites on cold. This is Sarrento Breeze. This is the nice blue one of the bunch. There we go. This one is a crisp, clean type scent. I think it had like cucumber blossom. It's pretty. It is pretty and sweet and fresh and clean, but also sweet. Sweet in almost a vaguely fruity way. It's lovely. It's really lovely. So with this one, I did 3 cubes in the bedroom and 1 cube in the ensuite bathroom. It was lovely. And this one was quite a good performer. I would say a solid medium strength. In fact, I actually had to shut one warmer off briefly because my husband found it a little bit strong. He's been dealing with a cold, so his throat's a bit irritated. So this one was, at least a solid medium, if not better. I don't think I needed to use 3 cubes. I think I could have gotten away with 2 and that would have been fine. On warm, this one changed substantially to my nose, especially as time went on. This one did do 2 days. And for me, this one kind of reminded me a lot of a scent we had around the holidays in the holiday collection. This is not a Christmassy or holiday scent whatsoever, but there was a scent in the holiday collection that did not smell like a Christmassy scent whatsoever, and it was Frosted Fantasy. Now that one had a slight wintry edge, but not much. It was a crisp, clean, fresh, beautiful scent, and it's a lot like Sarrento Breeze. They're quite similar. There's a little bit of floral here, but it's mostly a clean, crisp, sweet scent. It's very beautiful. So I like the performance here. It was very nice. I like the scent a lot. This is one I would repurchase, and the performance was good. Again, medium or better strength, and 2 days in my bedroom. So that one, performance for me, it was good in my home, and I would repurchase it based on the scent. Quite liked that one. If you like Luna, I think you would like that one as well. It's not as close to Luna, but it does have that same kind of feel, that kind of sweet, floral, fresh feel to it. That is Sarrento Breeze. The next one here is Sunset Cocktail. This one had, I think, mango nectar and like a bunch of fruity notes to it. Yeah, I get like citrus and mango nectar here. It is very sweet. Now, this one is very, very sweet fruity. The thing I did with this one is full bar in the open layout. This one was about a medium. I don't think this would carry an open layout for a larger home than mine, and my home is not very large. If you have a hard to scent space, I would stick with smaller spaces with Sunset Cocktail. I'm trying to decide whether I like this filming feature. It makes the background all blurry and whimsical, but it's also making it harder to focus on the bar label. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I can go back to the other kind too. But yeah, this was nice on cold. On warm, my opinion dropped for 2 reasons. The first reason is that it went kind of cloyingly, sickeningly sweet on warm. Like, it's very sweet on cold too, but something about the way it warmed, there was a background note that I don't know if it was a floral background or something. There was something that was reading very cloyingly sweet to my nose, and I didn't care for it. It was kind of syrupy and sickly, kind of caught in the back of your throat and kind of just, ugh, I wasn't a fan. Sunset Cocktail, not a repurchase for me. The other reason I didn't care for this on warm was the performance. So again, it did about a medium initially, which is fine. That only went for 5 or 6 hours, and then this one hit a wall and it was gone. So longevity was very short on this one, and I wouldn't have expected a long longevity because it is a very fruity sweet scent, but I expected longer than 6 hours. So not a repurchase for me. If you're looking for a strong, long lasting bar, this probably isn't it. But if you like mango scents in general, I think you'll like this. If you liked, there was a very specific one, mandarin and mango nectar. Is that what it was called? There was one called Mandarin and Mango Nectar a few summers ago in a summer collection. It was the same year that we had Coconut Daiquiri and Fiji Flower and Blue Agave and Melon. That collection came with Mandarin and Mango Nectar. This reminds me a lot of that. So if you liked that one, you may enjoy this one too. It is a very, very candy sweet, syrupy sweet type scent. But it almost has like a slight, on warm, not on cold, but on warm, there's almost like a slight, I don't know if it's like a floral or a fresh type note, but it's something that kind of catches in the back of my throat and I don't care for it. So Sunset Cocktail, not a repurchase for me. The next one we have here is one I really, really enjoyed on cold, and this one did not change. I really like this on warm too. This is Wild Seaside. So it is our kind of turquoise bar of the bunch. And this one had like blue lavender and like ocean, I think. This is lovely. This is the best of the bunch as far as I'm concerned on warm. I did this in bathrooms, 1 cube in each bathroom. And longevity was about 24 hours, so about average. Strength was about medium, so about average. I loved this. Loved. If you like scents like ocean, this is a little similar to that. If you like scents like Dark Harbor, this is probably the closest thing I can think of to Dark Harbor. It doesn't have the masculine tones that something like Dark Harbor does a little bit. This is much less cologne-y or something you would wear. This is less like body wash. This is not body wash cologne. This is just clean wonderfulness, and I love it. It is so good. So on warm, this is like this herbal clean aquatic with a lot of sweetness to it. It is beautiful. So Wild Seaside, big fan, really big fan of that one. That was my favorite on warm. Would strongly recommend if you like fresh scents at all. And for myself, who doesn't typically go for fresh type scents, I really did like this one. This is one I will pick up more of. Next, we did Santorini Blossoms. Now this one I really liked on cold. This one had tiare flower, amber. What else was in here? There was fruity notes too. It is a fruity floral, like a summery fruity floral. The thing I liked about this on cold is that the tiare is not overdone. The tiare does not take over the blend. It's got coconut water as well to kind of smooth it out. It's nice. It's very nice on cold. On warm it was too. And the thing with this one is this one was an excellent performer. So this one I did my open layout, the full bar, and it would have gone 2 days, but I took it out early. So the first 24 hours was doing great. It was a little bit more floral on warm than it was on cold. And for me, I don't care for tiare flower ever. It is a migraine trigger for me. I can't do it, but I could do this one. This one did not give me a migraine, which is great news. I liked the scent, but it was a bit more floral, and it's that sweet, heady tiare note. That is the floral variety that is in here. But it was balanced enough with the other stuff that it kind of worked out. But I liked it less on warm because that tiare did come to the forefront a little bit more. My issue laid in the second day when I got up in the morning and I came out here to let the dog out of his crate to go outside. And I was like, why does it smell like pee out here? What is that? And so I actually got on my hands and knees and I crawled into his bed to see if it was damp, because he's never peed the bed since he was a baby, but you never know, right? So I could smell something. So I got in there and it was very dry. It was fine. And so I was like, what is that? And it wasn't cat pee. It was pee, but not cat pee, you know? So I'm like, okay. So I start sniffing around and I keep ending up at my warmers. That is where the scent is originating from. So I'm like, it is the wax. It is the tiare note in the wax. Something has happened here. And it's, to my nose, picking up as dog pee. Not ideal at all. So took this one out at that point. It was still a good medium at that 24-hour mark. So for me, this probably would have lasted 2 days in the open layout, which would have made it an excellent performer if I could have tolerated it. I did not care for this on warm. Like I said, I didn't mind it as much that first day. I didn't get that weird funky note the first day at all. That was the next day when I got up. But the tiare did come out more on warm, even at the beginning. So for me, this is not a repurchase. That being said, people are loving this one. I'm hearing a lot of great rave reviews of Santorini Blossoms. And I will say also, I have the scent circle of this in my car. I've had it in there for a good solid week now. You can still smell it. It's fruity floral fun, and you don't get that weird funky note either. So the scent circle I would recommend. The bar I would not purchase again personally, but I think this will likely be popular. Not everyone's nose goes rogue with tiare. Again, I am quite opposed to tiare even on a good day. And it is in here, but on warm it does come out enough that it doesn't work for me. So that is Santorini Blossoms, not a repurchase for me. The next one we have here is, oh, I grabbed lemon sugar and sage. Sundrenched Cotton. Sundrenched Cotton I did a couple things with. So with Sundrenched Cotton, it has like coconut, it's got clean cotton, and it's got like, I don't know if it's amber or white. I think it's white woods in the notes there. So coconut, white woods, and cotton. That one smelled like a coconutty, summery, woodsy, clean type scent. It reminded me almost a little bit of like Bonfire Beach. It does have a slight masculine lean to it. Somebody in my YouTube comments on the last video had mentioned that they thought that one warmed very similarly to White Amber and Teak. And I was like, that's interesting, because I didn't get that scent comparison at all on cold, but I was like, that's interesting. So I warmed it. I did it in each of our bathrooms. So 2 bathrooms and the laundry room. So 3 cubes total in the bathrooms and the laundry room. That one was strong. I would say 7, 8 out of 10 strength. Good performer. Longevity is good. It's been over 24 hours now. It's still going. You can still smell it. So performance is good on Sundrenched Cotton, like very good. But the person that said it smelled like White Amber and Teak on warm, they were not kidding. It smells exactly like White Amber and Teak on warm, to the point where I'd walk by the laundry room or walk in there and be like, did I put White Amber and Teak in? I don't remember doing. Oh, it was Sundrenched Cotton. So yeah, it does smell very similar on warm to White Amber and Teak. If you like White Amber and Teak, you are going to love Sundrenched Cotton. The one thing that disappointed me a little bit about that bar is that while the performance is good, the coconut and the clean cotton got lost a little bit, I think, on warm. And the white woods really came to the forefront, along with like almost like an amber type note. It was like amber and woods is kind of what I got. It was very, very similar to White Amber and Teak wood. A little bit masculine, a little bit cologne-y, very strong, very good performer, but not what I smelled on cold. It changed a lot on warm. So that was Sundrenched Cotton. Again, performance was just fine. But the scent appeal for me, I'm not a huge white amber and teak person myself. I don't care for that scent. It's too masculine for me. And this one was the same. So as much as I had high hopes for it, because I really liked it on cold with that coconut and the cotton and then the white woods, I liked it on cold. It changed drastically on warm and became quite indistinguishable to my nose from white amber and teak. So I just thought I would let you know how I thought of these ones on warm, because I like to keep you posted. I mean, cold sniffs are fun. I love doing cold sniffs and first sniffs, but things change on warm. They just do. And sometimes it's for the better and sometimes it's not. And I like to let you know how they perform as well, because I know a lot of you base your purchases on how things perform. So I wanted to let you know. So as far as ones that are open layout worthy, I would say Santorini Blossoms is open layout worthy, as is Sundrenched Cotton. I think those are going to fill most open layouts quite nicely. Wild Seaside and Sunset Cocktail, I would say probably best suited to smaller spaces like bedrooms or that sort of thing. Sunset Cocktail, like I said, it did do okay in my open layout, just not for very long. And then Sarrento Breeze, this one could potentially have open layout potential, because like I said, 3 cubes in my bedroom was quite strong initially. So that one could have open layout potential as well, and it is very beautiful. This is one, Sarrento Breeze, I think you could melt this most of the year, maybe not in like winter time, but well, depending on where you live. If you live somewhere where it doesn't have winter, like snowy winter, you could probably melt this year round. This is very, very pretty. I like that one a lot on warm too. Okay, so as far as ones that I would personally repurchase, I'm not sure any of these would be club bars for me. Potentially Wild Seaside, like potentially. I have to warm this one more to decide if this would be a club contender. But ones that I'll pick up more of are Sarrento Breeze. I would like more. It's a very good one. And Wild Seaside, I definitely want more. Very good one. So the other 3 for me would be a pass on repurchasing. And yeah, I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below on whether you've warmed these, how they did in your home, and whether you notice differences on cold to warm with these ones. Because sometimes scents really don't change that much from cold to warm. These ones I found did significantly. That was my experiences with this collection. And again, I am not a summer person at all. So for me to not love a summer collection is not crazy. I'm such a fall winter person. And I really liked these on cold. So I think that's the surprising kicker for me, is I really liked these ones on cold, and only a couple of them actually ended up panning out for me on warm. So there was that, and I hope that was helpful. If not, I know it wasn't the best news, but hope it was helpful. I like to keep it real either way, whether I like them or not. I'm not going to tell you everything's good if it's something I personally didn't care for, and that's something to keep in mind. Just because I personally didn't care for it doesn't mean that you won't. If you love a good summer fruity floral and you like a tiare note, you're going to love Santorini Blossoms. It's a great performer. If you love white amber and teakwood, you're going to love Sundrenched Cotton, because they're very similar and one's just a little bit summerier. So I mean, again, it depends on your preferences, your home, all of that stuff. So just because something wasn't my cup of tea does not mean it won't be yours, and vice versa. So hope that was helpful. I will talk to you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.